for the update process of how the AWS Calendar Invite Server APIs talk to the apps and how Calendar Invite workflow works if, in fact, the organizer changes the data in the Calendar Invite. So that said, let me just kind of walk through what just happened. What I'm going to show you is a Calendar Invite here live. I used a crate at calendarsnack.com. That was a configured simple email service box. And the first time I set it in, the new inbound Calendar Invite was disassembled and stored. And then we take a snapshot of the UID and we map it to DynamoDB, and then we track it. That means if I was to go into the original Calendar Invite and change it as an organizer and send it back to the AWS Calendar Invite server inbox, the simple email service box configured, it's going to tear it down again and actually update the Calendar Invite information. So the Calendar Invite information could be anything you see visually here for the calendar. It could be the dates, the times, the game itself, in this case here, the title, and then anything in the message body itself. So it's reprocessed, and then we do a step on it, understanding how many updates there were. So I already done one update. You'll see it here in this live. I'm going to take you to live theater. And the number of events are tracked here when the data is processed, updated, and stored. And then for recall, we send it back out and send a calendar invite. Now, what happened in the original storyline here is actually, as I go up, I actually sent out the calendar invite already via a MailChimp template. So I buried it into call to action with our API 1. We sent it out, and the calendar invites already went out. And then I collected the calendar receipts on the data. So what you're going to find here buried in my inbox is the inbox is right here. You can see I updated it once. I added this, come by my booth already, to the calendar invitation. So I sent it and reprocessed it through, and you'll see the data here in our page where we're doing data collection with our Calendar Snack app talking to AWS Calendar Invite Server. So in the live demo, let me go back in here and change it to booth. I'll change update. It's now booth 576. Note, change the booth number. And I'm going to send this back out. And you'll see that the data is going to get updated not only in the event console, but to the recipient downstream who received the calendar invite. So let me hit save here. It's going to update it and send it back out. And you're going to see an update here in our app. It's gathering the data there. And I see I have a typo there. Let me go back and change it to show you real time how this all works. And I'm going to go change the typo. Google's going to pull up for me and hit save again, and you'll see that it's going to update it again. Now, I did that for update purposes so you can see how we change typos or change any data in it. So I had 2 updates there already. I'm going to reflash it. It's going to say 3, and it's going to change that typo for us. There, note, change the booth numbers. And what's going to happen over here is you'll see the new calendar invites go out. Now, since I accepted the first one, we're keeping track here in our data container, as I showed you here. We're keeping track of the new ones going out. So we process the new ones. We do a step function on adding a new UID and keeping track of the old one. We made those two together. And then we do the number of updates here to any apps. And then we have a software switch that allows you to send out the calendar invites if in fact you want them to be auto sent. We do have a process whereby you could queue them up and send them out if you've had a change from the organizer perspective and how you want the calendar invites to flow downstream to active customers using MailChimp Templates or any of our other services in which you can send calendar invites for. That's the end of the demo, and thanks for stopping by.